Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Dawntrail. In the last episode, we met up with Kettenrom to kind of figure out what he was been doing all these years, and now we need to track down the Golden City, and Kryl had an idea that it had to be in the actual Yaktail jungle, and Milalja suggested that it might be in Skydeep Cenote because the Mamalja know the rest of the forest pretty well, but except for that location for obvious reasons. So we made our way into Skydeep Cenote and got down into the old Yakhoi quarries and found the gate of the Golden City, which brought up way more questions than it answered. So, upon arrival, the Dawn Servant showed up, congratulated us on our success, and now we're back in town, waiting for Wuklamot to be officially inaugurated as the new Dawn Servant. So, that's where we're at. So, we need to figure out what we need to do next, which is Dawn Avenue tomorrow, over there by the cabins. Okay, guess we're gonna take a little bit of a rest while we wait for things to happen. Alright, upon speaking with Peshekwa, several cutscenes will play in sequence. So I recommend that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. I believe I have sufficient time. Welcome back, and may I congratulate you on Wuklamot's victory in the rite of succession. It's our great honor to host the comrades of our future Dawn Servant. Since the grand journey has doubtless left you fatigued, please relax and enjoy your stay. Sometime later. How much time? We don't know. Oh. Ona. Surprised to see me? I suppose it's only natural. May I come in? Sure. I haven't properly thanked you. That my sister was able to realize her potential is a testament to the quality of her traveling companions, particularly you. For that, you have my heartfelt gratitude. I'll go with you. Wuklamot did all the work. I was just moral support. We were pretty much along for the ride. My primary business and calling is to deliver a message from Lamachi. As you well know, after the Ascension ceremony, she will officially take up the mantle of Dawn Servant. She has expressed a desire for you to accept the post within her administration. I don't know about that one. While making no mention of me. Oh, I'm sure she has plans for you. You needn't decide immediately. My sister will broach the matter with you again after the ceremony. Whether you continue to assist Lamachi or not is up to you. That is all, if you'll excuse me. Yes, we're far too fond of wandering the world to be tied down to any one place. You have become someone irreplaceable to her. As her brother, I acknowledge that with no little jealousy. Believe me when I say that I hope you will stay by her side. Yes. The offer is appreciated, but... And thus it arrived. The day of the Dawn Servant Ascension Ceremony.
What a crowd! As befits the changing of Dawn Servants.
Ah.
It's starting.
The Dawn Servant!
Look! He's here!
The head of reason is resting again. Thought he'd grace us for this occasion at least.
You'd think?
People of Tuliolal, you honor us with your presence. For on this auspicious day, we witness the dusking of one era and the dawning of the next. The succession of Dawn Servants. But I've talked for long enough. Allow me to present a claimant whose determination, wisdom, and compassion guided them to triumph and the City of Gold. My daughter, Wook Lamont. Huzzah! Huzzah!
Long live the Dawn Servant! Long live Tuliolal!
Growing up in this city, I used to think I knew all there was to know about Tuliolal. But my journey showed me how much I had yet to learn about the cultures, histories, and aspirations of this nation. Through the time-honored Ihana, the Hanuhanu taught me how they nourish and cultivate both the land and their bonds with visitors. And with their alpacas and tradecraft, the Pelupelu showed me the depths of their patience and fortitude, to know when to push through and when not to push your luck. From the Moblins and their artisans, I gained insight into the power of creativity, that it is when we are filled with passion and bolstered by the support of others that we produce our best works. I was moved by the history and hopes of the Yokhui, who believe that death isn't the end, that we live on so long as we're remembered. I felt joy and harmony in Yaktel when I tasted Shebruk Pibil, the dish that marked the beginning of peace between the Shebral and Mamurja after centuries of warfare. And I felt sorrow in Mamuk when I met with those who placed their faith in the promise of blessed siblings, and for this were burdened with great suffering. Through the understanding we forged, I'm hopeful that they will find what they seek through friendship and community, for we are all Turali.
Understanding with Mamuk? What sorcery did she use on them?
All of which is to say that, as I've come to know our nation, I've seen the ways in which we thrive, and the ways in which we still struggle. Some in Kozamauka must resort to banditry to survive. A faction of Yokhui still cling to dreams of conquest. Not everyone lives in peace and plenty. And there's still so much of Tulihyolol I don't know. Places I haven't seen, and people I haven't met. That's why I hope to keep learning about and from you, that we might build a nation where everyone knows happiness. Because if there's one thing my journey has taught me, it's that your happiness is my happiness! I say mine, but the Dawn Servant doesn't need to be a single person, does it?
Here we go.
Oh dear. What is she doing?
Flying by the seat of her pants as usual.
Yeah. My father led Tulihyolol to prosperity by the resolve and reason of his 2 heads. But my 1 head can only get us so far. To further change our nation for the better, I'll need someone else. Someone with the knowledge and insight that I lack. So what do you say? Be Dawn Servant with me, Kona?
As I figured.
Lamachi, are you certain?
Absolutely. You take reason, and I take resolve. Together, we make a full Dawn Servant.
You'll have no objections from me, of course. But mine is not the approval you need.
During my time abroad, I experienced the benefits of foreign technologies, some of which I introduced to our nation. Dirigibles now soar the sky in the south, while locomotives traverse the land in the north. I was convinced that by imitating foreign powers, we could assert our strength and thereby deter invasion. Yet despite my intentions, I failed to understand what I was too eager to cast aside. and the very people I wish to protect. My own journey has taught me that culture isn't a hindrance to progress, but a shared value that binds us, connecting lives and generations. With your blessing, I vow to help Tuli Yolal prosper in a way that honors the hopes and heritage of all her peoples. My esteemed predecessor would accept nothing less. For ultimately, I harbor the same wish as my sister. To give you cause to smile. That is my heartfelt desire.
All right, looks like they're on board.
Glad this didn't go to waste.
You had it made before she even asked.
This is the Lay of Legacy, the part of the Tuli Hyola saga where you and I become the next Dawn servant.
Good heavens! Don't tell me this is what kept you so busy ahead of the ceremony.
Just so you know, I didn't decide this on a whim. After reflecting on all we've been through, I realized it was the only answer.
With this, both my brother and I have worthy successors. He would have been proud.
Would have been?
Of course you knew. It's been 3 years since my brother left us.
Well, it's possible for one head to die before the other. Interesting.
It cannot be. The head of reason is no longer with us.
Oh, tragic tidings.
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry I never told you. We wanted the people to rest easy until our successor could be chosen. Planning the right was my brother's final duty. He was determined for it to serve the nation's best interests, and labored nigh without cease. And then he died, forcing me to do the actual work. A sneaky bastard. But he did well. I have to give him that. The outcome speaks for itself. Though not quite to the original script, your new Dawn servant rises. May they shine resplendent, and their rule bring light ever greater to Tuli Yolal.
big old Gerfruller down there. All right, and there we go. I figured from the beginning that there would be some sort of rule by committee at the end. Would have thought that Zoralja might have also been included, but guess not. Alright. They all would have come to a mutual understanding, but we'll see where that goes. Alright, Alphino. The head of reason was very wise indeed to devise something so elaborate and meaningful as the rite of succession. 'Twas a shame we could not be here to bear witness to the end. Alright. A bittersweet celebration to be sure, but I'm glad Wuklamat finally got the recognition she deserves. And Arendelle. She might have told someone what she was planning, but Wuklamat does not act without the best interests of her people in mind. She wanted it to be a surprise. Wuklamat was brilliant up there, wasn't she? The part where the second promise was surprising, but between the two of them, I dare say our new Dawn servants will be capable of anything. The future of Tuliolol is bright indeed. Earlier in Yaktel. Mamelda, Ja, and Shabral. Getting along? Good?
Change is in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand. Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one. I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
Yeah, you're getting up there. Oh my. Well, something is afoot, that's for sure. Alright, Kyle. Wuklamat is truly coming to her own, has she not? Indeed. Even as she moved the people with her heartfelt words, she retained her characteristic spontaneity, as evidenced by her nomination of Kona as fellow Dawn servant. As sudden as it was, I would like to believe she gave it all due consideration. She could do far worse. Kona completed every feat, except the last, and that he only forfeited to help Wuklamat secure victory. I look forward to seeing how Tuliolol will prosper under her care. Oh, there she is. Everyone, thank you for coming. I can see you all perfectly from up there. That was an impressive speech, Dawn Servant. I told you, no titles. Besides, after everything we've been through together, you're nothing less than family. So, like my family does, I'd like you to call me Lamachi. I'll try to pronounce it correctly. Oh, don't worry about that. However you say it, I'll know it'll be with love. If we do mispronounce it, please correct us, but it would be my honor to call you Lamachi. Mine as well. Indeed. Consider us your Eorzean cousins, if such a notion appeals to you. Eorzean cousins. A little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. There's still lots I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. I want to thank my supporters who are visiting for the occasion. Could you wait for me there? Right here? Of course. We'll keep ourselves entertained. That said, would you join me, Ayame? Alright. Wonderful. Come and meet me outside the Winged Walk then. I don't know if that came through on the mic. Alright. Everybody have to say? I don't believe I saw Captain Ramen attendance, did you? I say? Lamachi? Lamachi? Don't worry about us. You want to have fun with Wukla or Lamachi. Alright? An errand build? She'll always be Wuklamat to me, no matter how important she gets. Fair enough. Alright. Ready? Let's go. Our first stop is Auntie's Tacos, and not just for a snack, I promise. Wukavu and Mablu should be there. Alright. Wukamat is now accompanying me. And we're heading to Auntie's Tacos. And we're taking the express elevator down. And actually, is there an, oh man, it's close enough. I can just walk. Alright, it's Wukavu, and Mablu, and Tobli, and Linohanu. Dawn Servant Wuklamat, words cannot well express the profound joy your ascension has brought me. No need for formalities. I'm still the same old me. Alright then, I shall forego formalities. But I cannot. You are Dawn Servant. Too disrespectful it is to address you without your due title. As Dawn Servant, I'm ordering you not to bother with formalities. Alright then, I won't bother anymore. I could more easily converse with a drunken alpaca. Thank you for helping Wuklamat become Dawn Servant, Ayame. Political opinions in our community may have been divided, but a Dawn Servant's ascension presents us all with a prime opportunity, which is why I convinced everyone to participate in a commemorative sales campaign. Alright. A wonderful plan, no? My first big undertaking as a merchant. I too like the sound of a sale, so long as I'm not persuaded to buy too much. It's so good to see you all of you again. I wanted to personally thank each of you for your help. The feat of reeds and the feat of gold are my first true tests as a claimant. If not for your guidance, I would have failed the rite of succession before I fully understood its importance. Alright, now that you've given me a taste for celebrating culture, I can't wait to see what else Tulio has to offer, in Shock Terrell, for instance. As always, you must observe proper etiquette. I would be happy to offer my services as a tutor, should you desire them. I can think of no better instructor. Be sure to bring Kona as well. Your duties as Dawn Servant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promises to attend Ihana next season. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. Alright, when I made a name for myself as merchant, I'll come by the palace and tell you all about my biggest sales. I look forward to it. I've been personally attending your alpaca scare. Dare we hope to see you at the ranch again? Tell my fluffy, spit-filled friend that Wooklamont will visit soon. Anyway, you'll have to excuse us. Oh, you haven't seen Fontaine around, have you? A tall, slim fellow with pointy ears? I saw a man matching that description by the weapons dealer in Bayside Bevy, in the company of a moblin and a pair of Yakhoi, if I remember correctly. Bayside Bevy, got it. Enjoy the festivities, everyone, and the tacos. You know, one of my biggest complaints is that there are 2 taco joints in this town, and neither one of them will sell me tacos. Enough said. Alright, it's Zermerwer and Gerfurler. And Rockorok and Fontaine. Wookla, Dawn servants, Ayame, you honor us with your presence. Thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you for coming, everyone. Those were not 2 different sentences. I know the journey to Tuliolol isn't a short one. A long road worth of travel to congratulate new Dawn servants. To hear the head of reason has passed brings me sorrow, but we who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of this day be as offerings to the future he envisioned. The High Luminary and I attend on behalf of Warlord's Echo. Had our people come en masse, we would have been an obstruction. Nonsense. You're always welcome. All of you. This is your city as much as anyone's. Well, they're the ones that built most of it. I'm glad to see you hail and whole, Ayame. Though I know little of the particulars, I can only imagine your latest adventure has been both long and colorful. Beginning with near shipwreck, if you'll remember, yet here we stand, celebrating the ascension of your claimant. When my journey began, I only thought of preserving the peace that my father worked so hard to create. The feat of Potts, the feat of Proof, and the feat of Ice showed me that peace is not simply the absence of war. Being able to live together in safety and happiness, that is what my father envisioned for this nation. As the Tuliolol I want for you all. But I promise you this, as Dawn Servant, I will do everything I can to bring that same happiness to the bandits in Kozamaka and the Yakhoi of Chirwager Saltern. I won't forsake them. Right. As I was moved by your father's influence, so too may the Chirwager come to accept your peace. Their beliefs have stood for a millennium. While not easily shifted, neither are they immutable. Well, I can be pretty determined. They'll come around eventually, mark my words. I can vouch for the efficacy of such determination. Thanks to the Malman's hospitality, I've been able to rediscover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy. Now that good living is secured, the village overflows with field smiles. Such cooperation between help hands and potswearer is the very spirit of a healthy pot pact. A partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. Look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce. Oh, I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce, yes. There's some other people I'd like to see, so we should take our leave. Let's try and find Hunmuruk. The Shabrash Rash? I believe I saw him in the sands below. The Gleam Sands. Thank you. Enjoy your time in the city, and remember, this will always be your home, too. Alright. So... It's Humuruk, Bilalja, and Zerilja. See what they have to say. Alright, my, you honor us with a personal visit, Dawn Servant. Congratulations upon your ascension. No, none of that. My title may have changed, but I'm still just Wuklamot. More than just, I'd say. You've grown into a leader fit for this nation. Your father must be proud. I hope so, but big events like this make me wonder, you know, what my birth parents might say if they knew. I imagine they would say that it fills their hearts with joy to see the strong, compassionate woman you have become. I owe you my thanks as well for fulfilling your promise to me. I told Bakul Jaja to stay with us so we could all congratulate you in person, but he marched off, muttering something about not being able to face you just yet. The boy needs purpose. Purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He was always too obliging for his own good. I'm sure he'll find it in his own time, especially if he knows his family is there for him. That we are. By the way, have you seen Ketanram anywhere? Tankwa, that is. A Ketanram, was it? A strong name, if a bit exotic. We called upon him before leaving Mamuk, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. The first promise was notably absent as well, although I assumed he required time to salve his injured pride. Everyone thought he'd be the one to succeed Papa. My victory must have come as quite a shock to him. I don't believe he's taking it well. As for Tankwa, I'm sure he's around here somewhere, or ready to appear when we least expect him. You'd best be going, but relax, enjoy, and make yourselves at home, and come and visit us anytime. Alright, I think I found everyone I could find. Let's return to the others in the winged walk. Alright then. Let's see. Way up there. Right. Alright, Kryle. Welcome back. I hope you didn't rush on our accounts.
Seen everyone you wanted to see?
I have. Sorry for keeping you all. Now, there's just one last matter. What Kona spoke to you about. I'm sure he made it abundantly clear, but I'm completely serious. I want you to stay in Tulihiola with me. I'm not forcing you, of course, but should you wish it, you'll always have a place here. Ah, that's right. This is for you. A permit granting passage to Shat Tural, which, as I recall, you've yet to see.
Indeed.
An adventurer like you could hardly resist, no? I can't believe our journey is over already. You accepted me as a comrade and stood with me to the end. You have my eternal gratitude. Thank you. Well, I had better get going. I need to start learning all my official Dawn servant duties.
Oh, I'm sure you're gonna get busy.
I'll be sure to share what my old man says about the Golden City too, once he tells me. Till then, feel free to pass the time as you like.
For now, I will remain in Tural. There's someone I'd like to see before returning to Sharlayan.
Mom?
What about the rest of you?
Alize and I also intend to remain a while longer. As educational as this experience has been thus far, we feel there are even more lessons to be had for Garlemald. By hearing about the peace your father facilitated, and then seeing you reforge relations with Mamook, we were reminded of a profound truth. That is, acceptance begins with understanding.
And, like you demonstrated throughout the rite, there are unexpected yet effective ways for two sides to understand each other. The question is how to encourage it. And by seeing more of this nation born of unity, we hope to find some hints.
Personally, I can hardly wait to learn more about the City of Gold. So, if I may, I'd like to stay in Tula-Yolal as well.
By all means, your rooms are at your disposal for as long as you need them.
And what of you? Thinking of touring Shaktural, perhaps?
Of course. Our responsibilities here are finally finished, and we can actually start enjoying our vacation for once. That's the plan.
Of course. You're hardly the type to leave half a continent unexplored.
Then perhaps we could travel together? The person I intend to meet is my mentor, so I'll be visiting my hometown in Shaktural. If you have no particular destination in mind, I'd be happy to guide you en route.
Sounds good.
Then it's farewell for now. Take care, all of you.
When you're ready, come and meet me at the Shaktural Skygate.
Sure thing.
We're friends to the end, you hear me? Friends to the end!
All right. Yep, we're gonna be moving around way too much to be tied down to any sort of role here. All right, well, let's head north. And go see what the other half of this continent has for us. and see what kind of trouble we can get into. We are still the Warrior of Light. We are a giant trouble magnet, so I'm sure that'll be something. Alright, let me just get over there. Alright, there's Erinville. Past these gates and over the bridge lies Shaktaral. You have your permit, yes? Packed and ready? No last minute stops to make before we leave? Forgive me, I'm afraid traveling with a new Dawn servant may have scarred me for life. Meanwhile, in the depths of the sky deep cenote. Zralja. Managed to get his hands on a full set, From a certain Leminson sailor. This is the gate to the Golden City. 2 decades ago, your father bade me transcribe a letter to a scholar across the Salt, petitioning the study of this place. Ah, so you were the one who wrote it. What he discovered was something the Dawn Servant feared enough to seal away forever. Or so we thought, until the right's objective became the City of Gold. But to think that Tanqua would be entrusted with his safekeeping. Had I known that doddering old fool carried a set of keystones, we might have spared ourselves those tiresome feats. Great power sleeps here, and with it you shall obtain your birthright. So you say, if the new Dawn Servant succeeded where I could not, taking their throne will be no easy task. So you're going to try and take it by force. Very well. The Brazilian son underestimates his own potential. There is no need for worry. Oh. I have liberated the key from the Dawn Servant's vault. You alone have the means to unlock the gates. Circumstances prevent us from opening the gate, huh? Gulu Jaja? You will gain all you were denied. The right, your father's shade. These bitter memories shall soon be forgotten. Seize your future promise. Open the gate and become the ruler you are destined to be. That was quick. It's working. Is some there? Can hear me? At last. Who's there? Show yourself. If only I could. Alas, this gate will not open for me. Only the key in your possession can connect us. Then you are the guardian of the city's great power? I do not claim this power is great, but the knowledge I possess is enough to realize any desire, to remake worlds. Is that so? Alright. Fascinating. Name your price down, for my desire is the world itself. Yes, yes, the resilient sun rises. Together we shall create a nation worthy of our rule. Our rule? Yeah, he's not gonna play with that. I promise. Why? Because he no longer needs you. The useless tool is cast aside. Deliver me a new world, one that bends to my will. As you wish, but in exchange. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's going to be a problem we're going to have to deal with. Alright, let's at least talk to Aaronville, get the next quest started. Ready to get underway? Then present your travel pass to the guard, and let us be off. You won't have to wait long to enjoy sightseeing. The bridge to Shaktaral is a wonder in its own right. Alright, and I think that is where we're going to go ahead and end the episode. I think it's a good spot to stop. So, we will make our way to Shaktaral and start seeing what there is to see when we come back for next episode. But for now, we'll stop here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.